Imagine being 17 years old and already being one of the most important players on your team. The stadium knows your name. The fans expect something every time you touch the ball. Your manager trusts you. The media calls you the future. And suddenly, playing football isn't just something you love. It's something millions of people are watching you become. At first, it feels like a dream. But then the matches keep coming. Weekend. Midweek. Another competition. Another high-pressure game. And another expectation. The question isn't whether a talented teenager can play professional football. The question is, how much professional football can a developing mind handle before the pressure starts changing the player? Chapter 1. The false illusion of readiness. A young player can look physically ready before they're psychologically ready. Speed can develop early. Strength can develop early. Technique can appear extraordinary. But maturity doesn't always arrive at the same speed. A 17-year-old can beat an experienced defender and still struggle to process a bad performance. They can handle 90 minutes physically and still be learning how to handle disappointment. That's the difference between readiness and development. The problem is that football rewards what can be seen. A goal, an assist, a sprint, a brilliant first touch. What cannot be seen is harder to measure. Recovery, confidence, mental fatigue, emotional regulation, and the ability to learn from failure without becoming afraid of it. A wonder kid may be ready for the spotlight, without being ready for everything that comes with it. Chapter 2. When the calendar becomes the pressure. Now imagine the fixtures start multiplying. League matches, cup matches, European nights, international football, travel, training, recovery, then another match, then another. The problem isn't simply the number of minutes. It's what those minutes demand psychologically. Every match requires attention. Every match creates expectations. Every mistake has to be processed. Every success creates another expectation for the next game. Eventually, football can stop feeling like a series of opportunities and start feeling like a test that never ends. That matters because young players are still building their relationship with pressure. They are still learning how to reset after mistakes, how to manage criticism, how to separate one performance from their identity, how to stay confident without believing they must be perfect. And when the calendar leaves very little space to breathe, those lessons become harder to learn. Chapter 3. The silent cost of fatigue. Fatigue doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes it looks like a late decision, a slower reaction, a heavier first touch, a player choosing the safe pass instead of the creative one. The body may still be capable of running, but the mind is processing more slowly. And that's especially important for young players, because development isn't only about accumulating minutes. It's about what happens inside those minutes. A player needs enough mental space to experiment, to make mistakes, to try a different pass, to take a defender on, to discover what works. But when every match feels like an examination, risk starts to feel dangerous. And slowly, a creative player can become a careful player. Not because the talent disappeared, because the pressure changed the way the talent was expressed. Chapter 4. When the wonder kid becomes an identity. This may be the deepest danger. The player stops being treated like a teenager who happens to be talented, and starts becoming the wonder kid, the next superstar, the club's future, the transfer headline, the face of a generation. That label can become difficult to escape. A bad game isn't just a bad game anymore. It's, maybe he's not ready. A quiet month becomes, what's wrong with him? A mistake becomes, the hype was too much. And eventually the player can start monitoring himself. Am I still improving? Am I still special? Am I disappointing everyone? That's when football can become psychological surveillance. The player isn't simply trying to play well. He's trying to protect an identity. Chapter 5. The short-term win versus the long-term player. This creates one of football's hardest decisions. A young player can help you win today. But the club isn't only responsible for today. It is also responsible for the player who might exist 5 years from now. Sometimes resting a wonder kid feels like losing something. Fans want to see him. The team needs him. The next match matters. The headlines demand another performance. But development doesn't move in a straight line. Sometimes progress means playing. Sometimes it means training. Sometimes it means sitting on the bench and watching. Sometimes it means having a bad week without turning that week into a crisis. The healthiest development environment isn't the one that maximizes exposure. It's the one that protects the player's ability to keep growing. Chapter 6. Let the talent develop. So what should clubs actually protect? Not simply the player's body. His confidence. His curiosity. His identity. His ability to make mistakes. And his relationship with football. That means smarter workload management. Better communication. Psychological support. More attention to recovery. And perhaps most importantly, the permission to be young. A teenager shouldn't have to perform like a finished superstar every weekend. They should be allowed to become one. Because greatness isn't built by playing every possible minute. It's built through thousands of moments where the player learns what works, what doesn't, what pressure feels like, how to recover, how to adapt, and how to stay themselves while the football world is watching. The next time a 17-year-old becomes the star of your favorite team, don't only ask, how many goals can he score? Ask, how much pressure is he carrying? How much time does he have to recover? Does he still enjoy the game? Can he make mistakes without feeling like he's failed everyone? Because the greatest tragedy isn't a young player having a bad season. It's a young player becoming so afraid of failure that he stops discovering what he could have become. The goal isn't to protect a wonder kid from football. It's to protect the person who might one day become a legend. Because talent can create an opportunity, but development creates a career. And perhaps the most important question isn't, how much can this young player give us today? It's, who could this player become if we give him enough time to grow?